Okay, we're getting straight into it.
We're not gonna test
Logan
the
is
audio.
accusing me.
We're not gonna test the audio.
Okay, oh my gosh, you're so
No,
lame,
we're not
bro.
gonna do it.
Okay, cool. Logan has accused me of forcing him to drive more instead of myself. I believe these accusations are baseless.
All right.
We're going to get into it at the beginning of the podcast. Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast, Mason. It has been a little bit. I just want to address that.
It has.
Last episode, I think there's a few reasons why. Last episode, I pooped my pants practically.
Couldn't use that.
Not actually. But I genuinely, we tried to do 2 episodes in a week. Just wasn't the day for me.
We don't have a friendship with enough content to provide you 2 episodes a week. Our friendship provides 1 episode's worth of content a week, and that's a little bit of a stretch, I think.
I mean, if we get a busy week, we could do it.
A busy week, we can give you 1 really good episode and 2 mediocre ones.
Right. Well, okay, I will say, I bet we could do it now because we're not living together, but at the time, we were living together.
Right.
So, anyways.
You know what I mean?
So,
it was a perfect storm for Logan to have an awful episode.
Yeah, I had a bad episode. So then I was super discouraged. So that's reason 1. Also, we've been doing stuff for holidays.
We've been busy, yeah. We actually were hanging out with Mason.
We were hanging out with Mason.
Town.
He knows.
He knows that.
Yeah.
But okay, so let me just describe the situation to you real quick. Yesterday, I texted Logan, let's do a podcast. I thought this would be convenient because right now Logan lives in his parents' house and I'm at my parents' house. By the way, this is my childhood and adult bedroom. So
it's not your childhood.
I guess that's true. It's not my childhood bedroom.
You're like 17.
Yeah, that's true. It's really not my childhood bedroom. But
grew up in this room.
It was the last bedroom I was in before I moved out. So room tour later on in the episode, maybe.
Stay tuned.
You can pretty much see all
Mason.
of it.
Mason, you've never seen this room before.
Never before seen footage. So anyways, I was like, our houses are maybe a mile from each other. Super convenient. Yeah. We'll just film a quick pod. I text Logan about that. But then Logan throws a wrench in the plan. He's like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and move out of my parents' house and into my college house today. Why don't you drive to my college house so that we can film the episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Take it from here, Logan.
Okay, so the original plan... We didn't really have an original plan. You just kind of threw that out there. Let's do a pod, right? And I was like, all right,
okay, that's true.
Let's do it, right? Like, I'm down. And it would have been convenient because I was at home. However, I can't live at home.
Logan hates his family.
Let's
get into it.
This is not true. Okay, so basically what's been happening? So we moved. So if you remember the last episode, the scene is very different. Right, so, or you don't have to remember it. You probably don't even care. So I'm going to stop giving context now.
Good.
Basically, we lived in Cobys' house, right? But then Cobys got married like 2 weeks ago. Almost 2 weeks ago now. So, about a week and a half ago, just to clarify. And
for the people that are a stickler for a good timeline, I just want to clarify a week and a half.
Just clarify. But... So then we moved out. So I moved back to my parents' place. You live here now, but you are about to go to Colorado.
Right.
So you're just gonna live here until then.
Right.
But which we can get into that later. But
we will.
I moved home for a little bit, and then I'm gonna move in with one of my buddies that you might know.
Shout
Mason. Shout out Mike. But so I'm gonna be living with him, and basically I moved all my stuff. Like my big furniture stuff, like my bed and dresser and stuff. So my big furniture stuff, that's a lot. It's a lot of stuff.
Big deal.
Big deal, you know. But so I moved all that over like a week or 2 ago, whenever Cobys and Katie were on their honeymoon. And then I was just living at home with like my clothes on in my parents' room, just like a few shirts and shorts and stuff. Just kind of roughing it, you know, but basically
living off the grid,
living off the grid,
if you will.
Right. And so my plan was to move out like this weekend, but it's just such a struggle now that we're doing breakfast now, like, because I'm sleeping on the couch also because I don't have a bed because my cousin replaced me, Zach. So which is fine. It's not a big deal.
No hard feelings there.
No hard feelings. But just in case my mom watches this, love your mom. It's not why. It's purely just.
Oh, Logan was saying something else earlier.
Yeah. But it's just purely time schedule stuff. So like people would stay up and
it was an awkward schedule.
Yeah.
And you're like, if I already have my big stuff at the other house, might as well just move over there.
Right. And also my mom was also super understanding because she was like, I get it. It's hard to just move back. And
I get that
so
too.
it's it's also very different for me to move back than you because I have 3 little siblings and now a cousin.
And my family would never replace me. They kept my room in pristine condition, awaiting my arrival. Logan's family tried to move on pretty quick, so it's different. It's different family situations.
Yeah. Well, you guys just have more space, so you can afford to leave this. Anyways, yeah. So I decided that I would move back today, and all my stuff is currently in my car. So this is when we get to the debacle. Basically, so I was like, okay, I can move my stuff to Mike's right after work, and then you could come have the podcast there because I have the mics at Mike's house. The microphones at Mike's house. So
3 total mics are at Mike's house.
Well, Mike not actually, yeah, but Mike's not there right now. There's 3 because I have my old mic.
Potential for 4 mics to be there in the future.
Yeah, we should have Mike on and say 4 mics. No, that's stupid. Cut that. We'll cut that.
We're not cutting that.
We'll cut that.
This is what it's like to do stale productions with Logan.
Dude.
So, anyways, you were going to Mike's house. You had the mics there.
And then you were like, no, I don't want it. And then because that was a good plan. And then you were like, all right, fine, right. And so you agreed to it. And then I'm packing my stuff up. Yeah, dude, kind of.
Okay.
And then you like, anyways, I was packing my stuff up and I finally got all loaded. I was like, I sent you the address and I was like, all right, I'm gonna head there now. And you're like, wait, are you still here?
So let's break this down a little bit. Where Logan wanted me to go is probably a 20-minute drive from my house. Nothing crazy, I'll acknowledge that. But 40 minutes round trip. That's not a small.
For you.
For me, right? Exactly. And this is what I thought was interesting. Logan accused me of. He was like, "Oh, so I see I have to drive more now than you do," which is just totally false. Because Logan's house is 5 minutes away from mine, and on the way.
Dude, that's not what I'm. Dude.
On the way to his new house. So basically what happened now is Logan is making a stop on the route of his total drive, as opposed to me doing 40 minutes of unnecessary driving, and I'm the bad guy.
Okay.
I just feel like this is accusation. Let
me recuse. That's not the right word. Is that recuse?
Recuse.
Is that the right word?
If it means reaccuse, then yes.
Dude, I hope so.
If it
Let
means
me recuse.
I don't know. Don't double down on this.
Let me recuse. So, okay, I was gonna work out at the rec, which closes at 8. Right now it's like 6:45. I'm not making it to the rec. And so this is the unfortunate thing. My plan was to go to the rec and then record after that and have it be kind of late. But then because you're gonna undo Christmas stuff with your mom, so I was like, okay, if he's doing that, he might just want to do that in the evening after their dinner, stuff like that. So I'll try to work out beforehand and unload all my stuff beforehand, and then we could do the pod after. Or no, so I could do all this stuff beforehand, like move my stuff in and then record and then go work out after. Still be within 8 p.m.
However,
which is
consider walking distance from my house is a private gym that Logan has access to
now
with everything you need.
I need the codes.
That is
the code.
What?
I don't know the code. Don't say it on here.
If you live in my neighborhood, you already know it, so feel free. So now you just walk to the gym and you use that, and it doesn't affect your schedule. So your schedule effectively has not been changed at all.
Well, now...
Except now you have to do less driving because you don't have to go to the rec.
Well, no.
So I have cut your driving time down. I've cut my driving time down, eliminating carbon emissions, saving everybody time.
I understand.
And I'm getting blamed for this. For saving the planet and our schedules.
Well, okay. Also, one thing too is I wanted to go to the rec because I've never done chest day at the rec yet.
Okay, and that's just dumb.
No, dude, because I have a sheet. I've never done it yet, dude. Look, I'm.
Okay, I'm sorry I took away the potential for your first ever chest day at the rec.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
Now I got to do it at Oakmont, which is still good. I mean, I still get can do flies and stuff with the cable, but
so everything is resolved now.
It is resolved now, but it was still silly because I wanted to do it at the rec.
That's how it goes sometimes. That's pretty much all the content we have for today.
We got a long episode.
There's a lot of stuff that we could talk about.
Because we haven't filmed in a month.
Haven't filmed in a month, and a lot has transpired in that month, quite frankly. This is one thing that is an issue, though. As more of our friends hear about the existence of our podcast, the less willing I am to be as liberal as I have been with my speech.
Liberal? Vulnerable.
Yeah, no, liberal. Because liberal is like liberal means that you're it's the opposite of conservative. So if you're liberal, you're very free with your like you're very it's like there are no rules almost, and conservative is like more restrained. Liberals. So I'm just saying
this. There's no way.
But what if they do?
That'll be sick. Then if you're watching this and you know, text us and say, text me, because nobody text Carson gets friends. He has so many friends.
This is such cap.
So he gets texted all the time. Do not text Carson. In fact, text Carson. I don't want to text you. But then text me and say, hey, what's up?
Logan's. Let's just put your phone number on.
Yeah, just put my. Oh, no.
Anyways, okay. So a couple things have happened. Fell in love as you do. But that's over now. You know, we're past it. Not really. I wrote a poem today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I sent it to Mason already. I'll show you afterwards.
Yeah. To read it on the pod.
I'm not reading it.
Dude.
It's an awful idea.
It's not even vulnerable. Because it's just art.
Dude, but if you go back, if you go back 2 episodes, I think it was maybe 3, you'll hear the reasoning behind why you gotta be. You can't just share. It's creative reasoning.
I think that was 2. Was that the last episode?
No.
It might have been 2.
Because that was a good
episode.
One. Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, that was a good episode. That was our best episode, I think, so far. No, this one is our best. We only keep getting better.
Not like that. Spotify Wrapped happened while have we gone over Spotify Wrapped on the podcast? I don't think we have.
Our Spotify Wrapped?
Right.
Or for the podcast or Spotify Wrapped? Should we check our Spotify?
I'm saying, have we gone over our Spotify Wrapped for the podcast? I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
So let's go ahead and do a quick overview of our Spotify Wrappeds. I'm gonna just open up my photos. This is not. I should have had this prepared already, and it's honestly my bad that I didn't. But I'm gonna be quick with getting to it, and I'm not even gonna stall at all. Oh my gosh, I'm rhyming. You don't even know my timing. When I get on the beat, I run fast with my feet. See, I could keep going like that if I wanted to, but I won't. That's just the kind of the flow I have. Do you have yours up?
That's just the stuff I have. What part am I showing?
Top 5 artists, top 5 songs.
Top 5 artists.
And then anything notable that you want to
mention. I have top 5 artists. I don't.
Okay, top 5 artists. Let's hear it.
My top artists were Justin Bieber, Post Malone.
Dude, wait. Let's start right there. Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
What % fan of Justin Bieber were you?
I don't know. I need to pull it up then if I need it. Okay.
No, you don't have to say that. Okay, I thought you would know off the top. That's my.
I think it was like 0.05 or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember though. Cause what the thing is with this is I go through super phases. Like I go through phases where I consume only one artist for a while.
Yeah.
And then that's like on my rap forever. Like so it's just like I just go through phases. You know, it's I'm not like a. Like, I like his music, but it's just, I discovered Justice, and I just listen to that at a time.
Right, okay. So, I should have interrupted so quickly. Justin Bieber,
Post Malone, Lecrae, The Kid Laroi, Andy Mineo.
How do you feel about your top 5?
Makes sense. I don't, like, super care, honestly.
Surprised Posty was that high.
I'm not. He released Austin, and I really like Austin. And then this is the thing that I thought was cool was because everyone in our friend group got the other one like the Vampire, but I got Hypnotist because I always listen through albums like straight through. That's which is respected to the artist.
I respect.
That's how artists release music. I'm gonna listen to it in order.
Do you? Right? Is that like something you do almost every single time you listen?
Especially if I listen to an album for the first time, yeah.
Okay.
I do that pretty often.
When I listen to an album for the first time, I always go in order. Yeah. And then sometimes if I'm playing, and I'm just going to call it like it is, usually it happens when I'm listening to Folklore by Taylor Swift. When I hear a song from that, I go, okay, let me just listen to this album. But there's a few albums that I will specifically go. And, okay, top 5 artists for me. Taylor Swift, which... How
do you get to that page? Oh, is that the very...
I had a screenshot of that.
Oh, well, I have my top 5.
Okay, so Taylor Swift was my top artist. I was a top 2% fan. Nothing crazy. A big part of that was I went to the Eras tour, and that did, like, my top month for Taylor Swift was April. Because you go to a concert, you're listening to a lot of the music, and when she's doing the re-releases of her album, I've just been listening to a lot of Taylor Swift this year, and most years, quite frankly.
Yeah, that's not new.
Artist number 2, this was surprising to me, Palfu. Have you listened to much Palfu?
You've told me about him.
He's just straight sad boy lyrics, which is, that was the only artist that, I don't know if I'm embarrassed because... I like Powerful a lot, so it's like, can I say I'm embarrassed if I listen to his music and I'm proud of it? No, because that's the opposite of embarrassed. But I'm a little embarrassed that I like it. Maverick City Music. What can I say?
Shout out Jesus.
Love the Lord. Number 4, Kanye.
Yeah, this is what like Maverick City, Kanye.
Just... Also, having Taylor Swift and Kanye be my top artist back-to-back years was an interesting experience. And number 5, Harvest is a smaller Christian artist. And then I had like 5 worship songs in the top 5.
My top 5 songs were Justin Bieber, Leroy, Post Malone, Justin Bieber, Khaled, and then Post Malone. It was Off My Face, Love Again, Something Real, As I Am, and then Morning. So
there you go, man.
There you go.
But you're kind of switching. Like, aren't you? Do you expect your rap next year to be fairly different than it is this year?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's gonna be different every year because I don't
right.
do a lot of re-listening. Like I do a lot.
But
of
also,
consuming.
aren't you doing like switching to more worship music?
Yeah, I haven't recently. I've been listening to more Leroy, and actually I've been listening to a lot of Caleb Gordon, but I haven't been doing a ton of music. There's just not a ton of new music that I'm listening to, and that's usually what'll be in my rap is when I get some new music. I've been doing a lot of podcasts though, like I've been getting into like Andrew Huberman Lab, who's like a neuroscientist.
Podcast, you say? Any favorites? Yes,
I love re-listening to our own podcast.
Yes,
I do that. We are on Spotify, so check out our Spotify.
And YouTube if you're on Spotify. Get that. Get them to listen to it on Spotify.
Are we gonna put this on Spotify?
Watch it on YouTube. I don't know.
We probably shouldn't because the audio is probably gonna suck.
No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
What else do we need? I'm trying to think of updates specifically.
I mean, the wedding.
The wedding.
The wedding was hype.
Wedding.
I had a rough experience. Because
of the dap.
Okay, no. Let me just go through my week that week. So I was
whole week.
Not the whole week. It started with his birthday. Cause I got sick the day of Mason's birthday, which is so sad because Mason was in town, and it's like his 21st birthday, and so it's like just gonna hang out. I was not doing that.
Well, you weren't there.
I wasn't there. Were you there?
Yeah.
Oh, dang it! Everybody was there but me.
Yes, I was at my.
I'm thinking of his cousins weren't there too.
Oh yeah, they weren't there.
So like I was sick that day, and it was so sad because I had a fever, and I was like, "Crap, the wedding is in 2 days, and the rehearsal was the next day." So I was like, "Okay, my fever's got to break tonight for sure." Like I was like, "Gosh, this is not good." And I was also super congested, and my voice also. What a great day to do a podcast. My voice is not good, because it's not recovered. I'll get to that, dude.
My voice is a little funky too.
Well, so I was super congested and I had a fever, and then the next day was rehearsal dinner, and I was still congested, but I didn't have the fever, so I was good. And so I just wasn't feeling good for the wedding, which was unfortunate. But then the wedding came, and for the groomsmen were all like, okay, we'll do like a funny dap with Kobe or whatever.
But like we would all whenever Kobe was the first, he walked his mother down the aisle. And then we all walked the corresponding bridesmaid down the aisle. And, like, when we would get to Kobe, we would do, like, a little thingy.
Yeah. Like, for example, you kissed his forehead. Stuff like random stuff like that.
Greet thy brother with a holy kiss.
Right. And so I was first. And so I was like, okay, I can set the bar pretty low for everybody. I'm just going to go for a super loud dap. Just like not like that obviously, but like a good clap. And we rehearsed it multiple times, and it was so good. Like
rookie mistake, quite frankly.
We were consistently good though. Like I had a boom to it. Like it's all in the waist. Like it's not, you can't move your torso.
Did you say it's all in the waist?
Yeah. It's like you don't move your torso. It's what I was doing, and it was working consistently.
Okay, keep going.
It was working consistently because if you have to do a rhythm or else it's not going to work. And so I was like, okay, my one thing, I just got to be loud. And then I go up there, I'm the first one up there. I'm just like, boom, all skin. It was just all skin. It was not loud at all. Didn't clap. But it was still really funny because I was like, dang it. And like was visibly disappointed and like hung my head as I walked over. So it was still funny. People laughed still. Like the front half of the building saw it. And
what I think is interesting though, like, why? Okay, because how many people really were put together in their heads? Oh, they're going for like a loud pop dap specifically, and the fact that they got all skin made Logan sad, and that's why he hung his head.
I think a lot of people did because
Really?
there was more laughs than I thought there would be. Like I thought I was gonna fail miserably and then just like walk away and nobody would respond. Like that's what I was expecting.
Okay.
And then I did it and I was like, dang it, and walked away. And I think I whispered that under my breath. So some people heard that and were like, oh nice. But like it was more laughs. Like it was like I was visibly disappointed and Kobe also was like, ah. So it's like a.
It's like everyone knew.
Yeah.
Nice.
So or the people that were closer. But then the wedding was great, dude. That was the first like wedding that I've been to and been to the whole time and like really enjoyed myself on the dance floor, which is good. I wasn't even really a part of the dance floor, but Luke was there. Yeah, Luke was there, and I was on the edge with Luke, and we were just hanging out, and he really just matches my energy fully. Where like we'll kind of get into it a little bit for a song, but then like not what everyone else is doing. Like y'all are going crazy. I don't understand that. But me and Luke could just kind of hang out and do our own little thing and just still have a lot of fun, get a little sweat going. So that was fun. It was like fun to be at a wedding and really enjoy it and celebrate Kobe and Katie. Congrats. They're not watching this.
Well, who knows?
But, I mean, Mason is. So
Mason's watching it. Mason, congrats. Your brother's married.
Congrats,
You're next.
Mason. You're next.
Unlikely.
He's not getting married.
No. Otherwise, yeah, the biggest update probably since the pod is that it's official. I'm going to Colorado for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And today's the 8th, I think, so that'll be in 22 days that I'm leaving.
3 weeks.
For 3 weeks, 1 day. And then I will be gone for at least 6 months. So it'll be interesting just to see where that goes. I don't really have a lot to say about it. I'm excited, a little bit nervous. I think it's interesting, because there's a few things that I would like to continue in Bryan, but if I go to Colorado,
probably shouldn't say where we reside.
It's a city of about 200,000 people, so frankly, I'm not super worried.
Dang it.
It's like saying you live in LA. Except
no, it's not.
1/10 of the size.
It's so different. We do not live here. Saved it. We're good. We don't have to cut it.
Yeah, but no one even knows like which Bryan. There's so many different Bryans you could be in.
That's true.
How are they gonna know it's Bryan?
Dude, nobody wants to stalk us. We're good.
Yeah, I'm really not worried about it. And if you do find me, I'll give you my wallet. All you have to do is ask.
That's true.
Don't resort to violence.
Do not.
I'm a pushover.
Please do not attack.
But there's a few things I would like. There's a few things that I was like kind of excited about in Bryan that I'm having to effectively.
Like what?
Just a few things, man.
What?
What? It's sensitive. I'll have to text Mason about
a few things or a few people.
Both. Definitely not a few people.
Right.
But there are things that I'm like, man, okay, I'm gonna be sad that this is. Feels like things go off the table when you move for 6 months. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's. What are you gonna do? Not move? Right.
Well, are you saying? Sad to.
I can't talk right now. Oh.
Welcome to the pod.
Welcome to the pod, Mason. That was Peyton.
What were you saying? Crap. I was gonna say something.
I was saying, I could just not move.
Oh, are you talking about like you're sad, like you'll be sad if you move elsewhere and don't come back, or are you saying regardless you're?
Oh, I think. Well, okay. Well, there's two things going on. One, it feels like it's regardless, because part of it, I was really writing about this today. I was like, man, even though I know it's only for 6 months, it feels way more permanent than that. It feels like almost like a big life decision. But it's only 6 months,
Right.
But in my head, it feels a lot bigger than that, and I'm not sure why. I think it could be for a few reasons. One, because there's the very real possibility that while I'm there, that gets extended.
Yeah.
And I find something in Colorado that I'm like, okay, it looks like I'm staying here for X, Y, Z. Two, because the nature of living in a college town is that there's four years of college, 8 semesters, right? semester is 6 months, if half of the year, but
Right.
not really. You know what I mean. And so 1/8 of the people you hang out with pretty much leave every 6 months.
Right.
In a lot of ways, you know what I mean. And so that's always a little. And I mean, it's not exactly 1/8, but just to say, the people, not necessarily the town itself, but the people change very rapidly. So I think that's part of it as well. Because I'm like, hey, if I leave for even 6 months, I'm gonna come back and people will be gone. My brother might have moved to Nashville.
Okay.
I've got a lot of friends that have plans to potentially move away soon. Cobys, Trey.
Yeah, they're
Garrett, you know what I mean? Like, there's.
Garrett, is Garrett moving?
No, Garrett's not.
That's
he wasn't on the list. Brett.
Right.
So just a lot of people. It's very easy for like I could leave, come back, and then I only know 4 or 5 people. Like,
yeah.
Well, which that's definitely threatening.
Threatening.
Like it threatens. It's threatening to my way of life, basically. To be like, oh, I might move. Just like going away to where I don't know anyone for 6 months is threatening.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, I don't know.
No, yeah.
So I think there's like those reasons that make it feel like it's a more permanent move, even though it's really not. It's only 6 months. But there's really not much to do except go do it. You know what I mean? It's not like it. There's really no use in thinking and worrying about it too much. It's just kind of a thing that's happening. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cause Kobe will be moving for sure if he graduates, and then, which I think he will, and then Trey is probably. I feel like Trey's probably gonna move too. I don't know if they haven't fully decided.
The thing with Trey is, like, Harper's like family. They all live in that one. Like, Harper's dream would be to end up there. So that I'm not super nervous about that because Trey and Harper both. I think, like, if Harper could choose right now, like, I could see them leaving for a couple years for Harper to get a degree. But even that, I'm not 100% sure of.
Well, I mean, they're your family regardless, so you'll see them.
Right, exactly. Like it's more so. I don't know why my ringer is on. So
yeah, that's crazy. Remember the first pod when you were like, "Oh, turn your thing off." It's you now.
Got him. Call back to episode 1.
I'm not joking. It's you. It's your problem.
We should end. Just kidding. Yeah. So and I mean I've already experienced that quite a bit. Knowing people and then just leaving. It's just part of the. And honestly, it's not like that's exclusive to College Station either. That just happens. People move. I do think, it's interesting. I was talking to my dad about how it seems like when you're young, your friends are like okay, like my parents' friends that they've met now, like they're not like super crazy tight with them,
right?
And I don't think they ever will be. But like the friends they have when they were in college, they're so like I can tell the difference is there and it's visible. Or even like your dad and his brother, like you can probably tell that your dad interacts with his brother maybe a little bit differently than like the friends he made in his 40s and 30s.
Right. Yeah.
Which I just think is interesting because I don't know exactly what causes that. It's probably just the amount of time you get to spend with the people.
Definitely. Yeah.
But it kind of sucks because. Ideally, you would have the people that you're the most close with in your life the longest, but it just doesn't end up that way. In a lot, you know what I mean? The people you're the most close with are the ones that you knew when you were young, and then you move away, and you end up spending most of your time with people that you're never going to know quite as well.
Right.
Which is kind of lame.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it goes. That's why I think it's great that the Lord provides community.
Right.
And that's why I think it's super important to get that. And that's something that I'm thinking about and praying about a lot recently. Because, like, Cobys moving, Trey's moving.
Yeah.
Mason's already gone. You're going to Colorado. So it's like, that's why...
you're experiencing it live and...
Right. And that's why I'm honestly pretty excited to live with Mike. Because I think it'll be good to
get that friendship.
Have that. Yeah. And also Tyler's there, too. And so I think it'll be good. Yeah, I know. He's getting married. That's why I'm living there. Is because I'll live there till he gets married, and then probably take a spot. Which I bet you could probably live with me, honestly. We can talk about that later. But
off podcast.
Off podcast.
At the address.
No. We can't say that.
Yeah.
That's good though. So
that's good content.
You want to talk about women?
Not yet.
They're not watching this.
Not yet.
They're
No,
definitely not watching this.
But what I was gonna say, we can in a second. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I also think one thing I want to be conscious of is like my dad does a fishing trip with all his best friends like 1 week of the year. And I feel like that'd be a good thing to institute once all the once everyone's far enough apart, just be like, hey, we gotta find like 1 week of the year, 100%. Or even one weekend. It's like hang out, and then 100%. I think that's a good.
That's what my dad does that with them, like their family friends. Like I think they have like a Christmas or like a New Year's party, so like they went to Dallas like last weekend.
Yeah, like my dad's college best friend comes to our house every New Year's to hang out. Yeah,
that's gonna be hype, bro. And especially like, dude, I was talking with Garrett a while back. Like, whenever we all have like families and stuff, just getting like
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Come on. Nothing is promised.
Nah, dude, I'm celibate.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Logan and I were driving back from church, and Logan was like, Carson, I think I might be celibate.
I am, dude.
And I was like,
I don't know what to tell you.
What are you talking about? Because here's the thing. It's very possible that Logan, maybe that's what the Lord calls Logan to. But fact of the matter is I've had many conversations with Logan where he tells me how much he wants a wife. So I was taking a little off guard.
I've changed.
Really?
Yes.
Did you not text me
the day
after saying, just read Song of Solomon's, I don't think I'm celibate?
Look. Look. Am I embellishing a little bit for the podcast? Yes. But I do think that I'm actually super content, because I also don't think that there's no one that I'm thinking of like, oh, I should ask a person out.
Well, you like a sandal on the beach right now. Flip-flopping.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, bro.
What do you mean?
Because Sunday, you were celibate. The next day, you weren't. Now you are again.
No, I was joking. I'm joking right now about celibate. I'm embellishing for the podcast. No, dude.
Dude, we can't. You have to keep it real on the podcast. I'm just kidding.
Okay, fine. Keep it real. I'm not super worried about it, and I wasn't when I was reading something. That was a joke. It was.
But you don't think you're celibate?
I don't know. I don't think that's my gift, but I do think right now
it's a gift, baby. Come on.
It is. It's spiritual, right?
Yeah. Not everyone can do what I do. Not everyone has the facilities. Not everyone has the gifts.
Well, no, I just feel like for like a long time there's like this, like especially when like all our friends, not all our friends, but like some of our friends are getting married. A lot of our friends are like getting married and stuff. It's like, man, I don't have a wife. But it's like, there's a lot of that.
My dad's about to open the door.
Oh.
I'm gonna... Scared him off.
Hopefully Mason doesn't screw up our AVD by clicking off there.
Yeah, Mason, you freaking...
Mason, you have to watch all of this. You have to watch it all.
If Mason isn't watching this entire podcast, I'd be furious.
I would be genuine. Mason, I would hate you.
We wouldn't be friends anymore.
What was I saying? Oh, I'm not...
Because
for a while, because for a long time, like it's like, oh man, friends are getting wives. I'm just like, I can't wait for that or whatever.
Right.
And I do think that it's gonna be great, but I honestly don't like long for that right now. Like
right.
I think I'm in a good season where like I'm really trying to. I guess this is gonna sound cringy, but like focusing on myself, you know.
I'm in a season of singleness.
It's so cringy. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to our Seasons of Singleness podcast. Today we're going to be talking
about
what it looks
like an idiot.
Us walking through our seasons of singleness together as brothers in Christ.
No, dude, I'm just content, bro. I mean, I think this is just the best word for it.
We're just super content in the Lord. I was getting coffee the other day and a girl walked in and I didn't even think of her.
Just not. What?
Sorry, I'm just clowning on. Anyways,
I don't like coffee. So
okay, sorry,
that was stupid.
What
do you like?
What's going on with the ladies for you?
I just said it.
What's going on for me? Well, okay.
They're not watching this. No way.
It's pretty simple, man. There's one verse that I use to defend my position on why I don't even I'm totally content. It's just the reality. I live in contentedness. I have to pray for it, but I live in it. It doesn't come without asking.
I keep taking this off and putting it back
what are you doing, buddy?
I'm sorry. I just love this chicken.
But I also believe, delight in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. And I think He's given me a desire for a wife. Quite frankly. Quite frankly, just to be frank. All that to say, and I get it. If I were Paul and I were single, I would throw in, it is good to be single too. Make yourself feel better, make it scripture. I get what Paul was doing. Make everyone feel a little better about being single. But come on, the Lord gave out of me for a reason.
That's true. That's
So,
what Paul says too.
You know, basically,
Sure.
I take what God did over what Paul did. Just kidding. I'm being controversial. Sorry, I just want being divisive right now. Anyways, what's going on with ladies? Not a lot.
Name them.
See, it's funny because I know none of them are watching, and
No
I know
way.
that no one is watching that will even tell them.
It's
I still
just
can't
Mason.
do it. I can't.
It's just
It's-
Mason, bro.
Because what if they do? That's the problem. Is I know that it's not happening. Okay, Mason. Here's what I'll tell you. I'm just gonna cut Mason into the.
What does it rhyme with?
No. I'm gonna cut Mason. Mason, the person
Dude,
I
Mason
texted,
doesn't know.
No, because I texted him today about
Different person, Mason.
a poem, and I said I'm not sure, and he asked who it was to, and I was like, well, I don't know who it was to, but this is who it was inspired by, and I don't know if that's the same thing. If it was to the person who was inspired by, I don't know. But the Mason is that person, you know, which is unfortunate because honestly, in my head, I had really, checked my boxes, and I was like, okay, this person's great, but we're friends. That's all it is. And then, things happen.
Oh, I know who this is.
Right. And all of a sudden, I was like, well, hey.
What happened?
I can't even say.
Dude, it'd be so fun if you said it.
Dude,
Dude, think about how funny that would be.
it wouldn't be funny. It's more funny that I'm not saying
It'd
it.
be so funny to me.
No. I'm not saying. I can't.
No,
It's
dude.
not in me. Anyways, let me finish.
Go ahead.
So something happened, and then I got counsel from two different people, very close together. They were just like, "Well, what if it wasn't just friends? Like what if that was an option?" And I was like, "Huh, let me
Just
consider."
2 friends?
Well, my dad and then another 2 people. I can't reveal the other 2 people. Even that's too much information, quite frankly.
Well, I tell you, you got counsel from a lot of people?
I've got counsel from a lot of people, but I got unrequested counsel from like 3 people.
Got it.
Which was weird. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh,
Yeah,
wow, this is all just happening at the same time.
Sure.
And then I started thinking about it, right? Which, mistake number 1. You never, ever do that.
Do not think about it.
Don't. 1 second. What are we at? 37 minutes? Okay,
Dude,
I need to come back to this. Carson,
We can keep going.
don't think about her. Don't do that. It's foolish. It's stupid. You don't have... Hey, don't do it. That was mistake number 1. I shouldn't have done that. I'm joking. But, also serious. So that was kind of where the folly... That was where the folly happened.
So loud.
Yeah, nice.
Sorry.
I'm just that
That's
funny.
where the folly happened.
That's where the folly happened because once I started doing that, I spent the next month just being like, man, I really enjoy this person. I also ended up spending more time with them that month than I had in most of our friendship. And then now it's looking like I probably will not see them ever again indefinitely. Which, that's just, I mean, really. Well, I mean, just like indefinitely being within the next 8 to 9 months.
Right.
Which is a really long time, it feels like. It's really
because Colorado.
Because Colorado.
Oh, dude, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm
Connecting the dots over here, buddy.
My bad.
Hang with the program.
Wait. It'll be quicker than that. Sorry, we shouldn't do specifics.
No, go for it. Why will it be quicker than that?
I don't want to. It'll give it away. What if she's watching this?
What if she is?
Do you want me to...
Well, I don't know what you're thinking, because I don't know about...
While you're in Colorado...
I won't see that person for 6 months, at least.
Right. 6 months, but not 9.
But yeah, yes.
Sorry,
but
this
the
is
thing
confusing for viewers. We should.
Yeah, but it's really for Mason, and Mason is following along.
That's true, but Mason, we could talk about it for Mason.
I know, but for everyone who's not Mason, I have to be careful. Yeah, I'm not worried about consistency.
Dude, I wish that freaking Cobys didn't say the name of this.
Yeah, Cobys, the
Cobys. I think we already talked about it.
And then once Cobys said the name, I was like, okay, it looks like I'm advertising, and now it's too late. I can't go back.
Yeah, I think we already talked about that in the episode.
Right. But because
we used to be so vulnerable.
Right, I used to be so vulnerable. We had to delete a couple.
We
episodes.
said names.
I said names, situations.
You guys
feelings,
are missing out, and it's Cobys' fault.
And those episodes got deleted because of Cobys.
Not deleted, private.
Private.
We'll make them public one day.
We'll make them public depending on if I marry the person in the episodes.
It's gonna all go full circle.
Right.
Dude, that would be so
That
funny.
would be beautiful.
That would be so funny.
Our wedding will have a required 1 hour listening to our early podcast episodes.
It's like one of the songs on the dance floor. It's just an hour long.
30-minute episode.
That would be so good.
That's pretty much all I have to say.
Dude, that's funny.
Oh, actually, I have more to say. The Cowboys finished with the second best record in the NFL. This is good news, everybody. And now let me address some criticisms. Oh, the Cowboys aren't that good. Shut up. Let me have this, okay? It's our third season in a row finishing with a 12-5 record. And yes, we haven't had playoff success in any of those seasons. But all I'm saying is that if any other team was finishing with good regular season records, everyone else would be happy. It's just Cowboys have to friggin' win the Super Bowl or everyone hates them. I'm sorry. And even if you win the Super Bowl, everyone hates you. And also, if you're a Cowboys fan and you don't live in Texas, I don't know how to feel about you yet. I'm from Texas, so I'm allowed to be a Cowboys fan. And it's not weird. It's not like I'm a Cowboys fan just to be like a Cowboys fan in Philadelphia. You know? Anyways, though, Eagles lost to the Giants. That was good. We're the NFC East champs.
Yeah, that was crazy. Why is that happening? Why are they?
So, okay.
Did they lose someone?
I'm going to drop my theory on why I think the Eagles are doing poorly. Okay, so the Eagles obviously were one of the best teams in 2022. Depending on a couple plays, I think their Super Bowl against the Chiefs goes very differently, and they could have been Super Bowl winners, realistically. It was in the cards for them. And so then they're 10-1 to start the 2023 season. I was saying in 2022.
The last Super Bowl was 2023.
Right, but that's true. I was thinking the 2022 season.
2022.
Right. Anyway, so now this year they start the 2023 season 10-1, right? Very solid record. And then they lose, I think, 5 of their last 7 games. Very bad. So why I think this happened is because they were doing good, and then they lost to the 49ers, which is a totally reasonable team to lose to. And then they lost to the Cowboys. Sorry, I'm burping. Which, again, I would say is a very reasonable team to lose to. Mm-hmm. Any divisional matchup is a toss-up, honestly. But then you lose to the Seahawks. And then this is what I think happens. I think there's a culture issue. I think Nick Sirianni is a very, players coach. I think he motivates his team by their success. And so I think once there was not success for 3 weeks in a row, they just, as a team, kind of started to fall apart. And then it made it harder to win the games. And then you see them losing to the Cardinals, losing to the Giants, losing gimme games. But this is what's interesting to me. It's, everyone's focusing on the fact that they lost all these games in the end. But if you look at their 10-1 start, I think they won 5 or 6 of their games before their second loss behind at halftime. So they were already, they weren't clearly destroying people in games. They just weren't. Right. They were having to come back in the third and fourth quarter a lot. I know they're a third quarter team, but still, I don't think that's, you don't win divisions and you don't win conferences whenever you can't be ahead at halftime consistently. It's hard to win football games when you're behind going in the second half. That's how it works. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Eagles. Cowboys won the East, though, which is great. No back-to-back East winners in, I think, 20 years now, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much all I have to say about anything. So,
about anything.
Do you have anything else for the podcast?
I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like that's good.
It's a good summary. Mason, hey, buddy. I hope you enjoyed being in the loop. Finish. Let's do our patented keeping everybody Mason in the loop smiles.
I will say that is a podcast, but also, are we gonna keep doing these while you're in Colorado?
To be determined. We'll see, folks. This
could be the last one ever.
Could.
So, tell your friends to watch this. Mason.
Yeah, if this gets 1 million views, I promise to make a second one.
Mason, if this gets 1 million views, we will make it.
If it gets 2 million views, I promise to make at least 2 more.
However many millions, we will do at least that number.
Capping at 50 million, because I don't want to guarantee 51 podcasts.
51 is too much.
It's possible that we would go there, but it's like...
no way.
Yeah, I just don't want to leave it open for...
We genuinely have to get 50 million, and then we'll do a coin toss.
Yeah, honestly, and if we get to 100 million, everything is off. I'm taking the ad revenue. And I'm retiring. I'm not making a third or second episode.
Well, hold on. We gotta split that revenue.
I don't know. We'll see. I did record this on my laptop, so...
Okay, hold on.
This video.
Hold on. No. You know,
Anyways, guys, I
real
hope you
quick,
enjoy it.
you do
Keep
know
it
you
up, buddy.
can't get
Make
ad
sure you
revenue
leave.
from a video that's not monetized.
We'll have a sponsor on it. It's fine.
No, we don't. We don't. We'll re-upload it.
Green screen. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Hey, guys.
Where's
Thanks for
coffee
joining
golf
us.
at when we need them?
3.
Right, see ya.
You said see you too early.